Hello. Onward we continue. Hi, Sky. Yeah, it is. Almost Christmas time. Just 2 days away. The two of you are here. If there's a stream tomorrow, it will probably be short, and no stream Christmas, obviously. See? What did I tell you? Let's continue on to Specular Impetus. SI to SI. Savages! I'm cutting you down first. Oh yeah, I am a savage. But not in the way that that he means it. Of course there were soldiers still looking about. Fortunately, they were no match for Lise. Come. Radiata is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant for Imperial forces. Obviously. Aren't you a big one? Ah, you remind me of a cyclone. You need to die. Yeah, from StarCraft. Look at fire. Mine's better. Yep, I've already seen it like I've already seen it like 3 times. It makes me very sad that it is over. But I'll say he finished his series better than anybody has finished their series lately. People have been really bad about how they finish their series, whether it's TV, movie, anything. But he finished his in a spectacular way, and it was a very satisfying ending. So, kudos to Carbot. I'm just really sad that StarCrafts is over. But he did a phenomenal job, and it you could see just how much he grew over time. Like a super champ. But you could see his growth, and I'm very happy for him. But it also made me very sad because I feel like you don't see that. It's harder with a Let's Player to me, but you don't really see that in my stuff. Even though I kind of been around the same length of time, I know it's way harder with a Let's Player. But I wish you could see that. I wish you could see growth in my videos, but you just don't. I've just done the same thing for 7 years. Looks like it's safe to enter. I don't see any Imperials. I don't see smoke above Castro Rabani anymore. Do you think they fixed the cannon already? Let's hope not. Where courage endures. We should answer her question with courage. Suppose we'll just have to strike up a conversation with every one of them until we find her contact. Talk to everybody! Mine's better because it's high quality. Because they give it to you high quality. Cool. But what a phenomenal end to StarCrafts. It ended. Like I said, he did a phenomenal job with the ending, and the whole thing. The whole thing is just really funny. I love the series. I'm sad it's over, but what's the quote? I don't remember the exact quote, but basically, don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it existed, that it was. Ain't seen you around before. It's the kind of man to walk into a place like this uninvited. I go whither the wild rose blooms. Times are tough, but so am I. One with courage, I suppose. Courage, you say? That's short supply these days. Better keep your head down and go along to survive. Call me a coward too, if you like, because I'll speak on it no more. At least not here. At least not here. Outside Radiata, behind those barricades over yonder. On the other hand. Yeah, cool. Like, I'm not speaking more of that here. Behind those barricades, though. Hey, was that who I think it was? That's a relief. Or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alphanon Nalize. We'll meet you there. It's great. Or a trap. Yeah, whatever. We'll meet you there either way. Young Hellsguard. Not followed, were you? Good. My associates. All of you, is it? Let's get to it then. Name yourselves. Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Friends of Marshal Terrapin. Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Name's Stark. Starkwode. Rest of you know, or we wouldn't be here. The rest of you know, or we wouldn't be here. Yeah, true. It's that simple. About SI and the cannon, isn't it? Yup. Just so. Tell us what happened? I overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. Cerulean pipeline fueling the cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent, they said. One single man single-handedly disabled the cannon? A beggar's belief. Oh, you'd be in, Alvino, if you knew. Nevertheless, I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Nevertheless, that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out, and the engineers have been working day and night to repair it. Wish I could tell you more, but the incident had everyone jumping at shadows and afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Alamegan help has been sent home indefinitely. So the cannon could already be fully operational. Could be. Sneak inside Castro Mabania and ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. You help us? That much I could do. Piece together a map of the interior over the years, and I know for a fact there are multiple points of entry. Ha ha ha. Impressive. If we split into several groups, that may improve our odds of reaching the fire control center. We may be few in number, but I have faith we can see this through. Alright. The price of freedom. As usual, Alphino has a brilliant plan. That's funny. Make our preparations. Syndrome, you and your ever-dependable allies will enter the castrum with my sister and I by way of ventilation ducts leading to the hangars. From there, you'll proceed into weapons research, unleash bloody mayhem. Same time, Alize and I will create a diversion elsewhere, and in the ensuing confusion, Lise and her unit will attempt to reach the fire control center undetected. All goes to plan. Three parties will converge on this location. Oh man. And together we will secure the cannon before notifying the Alliance. Clear to attack. Brief now go on the details. Rest you come with me. I need to deal with match check patrols before we can go in. Okay. Yeah, I think that would interrupt a lot of people. Throw a sardine at him. Okay. Go back, all the way back there. Do it later. That must be our dungeon. Kill the savage! Okay, you asked for it. Next. Alright, fine, you first, because I know you're going to interrupt. It's the resistance! It's over there. Point of entry is just around the bend up ahead. Once we dealt with the last patrol, clear to advance. Assuming they keep their usual schedule. Come on. Ah, I was just a little too slow. Ragnar, I knew you lot were good, but I never expected you to defeat them so swiftly. Central's the finest warrior I know. I should like to think we've learned something from our time in his company. Now, where's the entrance to the ducks? Thanks, Alphino. Right behind you. I mapped the branches so you should have no trouble reaching the hangars or any number of other places. Nice. Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. Ask us Central will divide into 2 groups and proceed via separate roles into the cast room. Remember, our objective is to cause as much chaos as possible to draw the Imperials away from Lise and her men. Easy. As much chaos as possible. If there's nothing else, I'll return the Resistance forces and show them to the entrance. Last chance to make preparations, Central. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin. Castor Mabania. Let's raise some hell. I'm gonna grab this before I forget about it, because I keep putting it off. That race is usually taller than your, like, quote, human, standard human, unquote. Right here, right here. Way north. So, way up there, maybe even more. Oh, 69. Damn. Sync from 70. You could be level 70 in there. Lame. Random quest time! Didn't expect to hit a wall again. DPS is never needed, but I can join for stuff anyway. And while we do that, wait for that. Lost in Transit. Just not a ton of experience. Oh, we can do these anyway. One of our men left to deliver provisions to the camp to the north is yet to return. Fear he may have been attacked in transit. Alright. I want to color my chocobo, but it's expensive. I want to see what random dungeon we get. I know you. Central Dragon Soul. Well, this is certainly a welcome surprise. If you don't mind my imposing, I'd like to ask a favor of you. As you're well aware, Battle at Ralgar's Reach was gruesome, with heavy losses on both sides. Only a messenger meant to relay information, yet he went above and beyond the call of duty, seeking wounded to safety. Such heroism is worthy of praise, and I would thank him myself if I weren't preoccupied. I'd like you to congratulate him in my stead, as well as the officer who trained such a true-hearted soldier. We need to talk. Don't ever say that to me. That makes me panic. Hear their grievances, see what we could do to be unintrusive as possible. Listen to the people. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's do these and then we'll grab more. I need to do the hunger for trade one. You who I speak to. You're the one. I congratulate you. I always spell it wrong, so I'm looking at it. There we go. Congratulations. Yay! Did it. I don't recall doing anything worthy of praise. To respect, you're mistaken. It was a unit of the Twin Adder that was charged with relaying communications to Alliance commanders. I believe a few of their officers are still stationed at Goodblade if you wish to speak with them. Okay. Form invitation. We need to talk. Invitation talks with resistance, eh? Pick up new clientele while I'm there. Conference has been running a bit dry ever since the Garleans left. Not that I enjoyed their company, mind you. Did what I had to do to get by. Resistance, however, is a different story. Gladly offer my services to the brave men and women who fought for our home. Oh. Request. Oh yeah, we still have Bot's quest. We can do his. We need to talk. Thanks, but no. Appreciate the resistance chasing off the Garleans. What happens if they come back? Alright. You want nothing to do with it? Be that way. Form invitation. Here's our merchant. Show me the goods. Imperial supply crate. Yeah, military issue Mark 43 sedatives. High quality stuff. Someone snatched a batch a while ago. You wouldn't believe how quickly Imperial medicines sell. Folks are always on the edge around here, you see. Never knowing when the Empire might decide to launch an assault. So we get so worked up, they can scarcely sleep without a little alchemical encouragement. Which do you want for them? Bit curious how you came by this stash, but I'll take it off your hands all the same. Food? That's it? Just food? Alright, well here's a sack full of assorted edibles. Nice doing business with you. No, you're giving me more than a sack. Like... That sounded expensive, the medicines. Sounded super useful. You give me several sacks of food. Oh, hey, there it is. Take this. Done. Off we go. Let's see what we get. Could be anything. Maybe even something I haven't run before. Oh, we're in Bardom's Metal. Oh, man. Alright, here you go. Give this a try. Of everything to get. hard to see with all the stuff. Yeah, the kind of complex one, the one that's different. Too bad it's been a little while since we've run it. Oh, how'd that hit? Must have missed one. At least I got rid of that one. Ugh. Oh, stun is bad. Of course, you get out of my ring. Ah, good. I feel bad every time I get hit because I'm making the healer's job harder. Get as far away as I can. Oh, I forgot to put the dot up. Darn it. Get out. I'll just greed. Oh, I already have that one. Pass. This one? Like when I'm up close to the enemy like this, sometimes it's hard for me to see oh, what do they call it? Like this is where I'm hitting thing. The telegraphs. That, and I'm just not as good as DPS. I have to look down on my keys quite a bit. Sometimes I get caught that way too. I rolled a 1. Okay. This is probably going to go bad, because I don't remember. Ah! I actually did the first one right. Haha! Oh, I got hit. Darn it. Got caught. Oh god, I didn't, yeah, I didn't get there in time. I forgot the last part where you hide behind the rock. Oh well. Keep going. If everything it could have rolled, it rolled this. Should have ate something. I didn't even think about it. Alright, chances of this going well are not good. Ah, confused. Both DPS got confused. Okay. Enough of that. Blade Dance. And that's that. Give it up to the healer. Shell agreed. Only rolled a 1. I'm in the wrong tab. Didn't get final hit, almost killed it. It's this. It's GG Nori. Alright, well, level 69 now. So we can do the dungeon. Let's turn this in. Let's at least do these. And then maybe do the dungeon, because it's sync 70, so... Or maybe with level 70 people. So I can't blame them. Gonna take time, but we just keep trying to earn their trust. You do it, Resistance Fighter. Oh, there's no warp there, is there? There sure isn't. That's a shame. I do recall a man. Unfortunately, I was stationed at Castle Marines at the time, so I cannot say for certain who it was. So go back. I can teleport back. Let's do this. Well, that's not good. Resistance Fighter. Right to ask for your aid. He'll need treatment, but his wounds are not severe. Continue delivery? Sure, why not? Grab supply crate. There's more ads everywhere. As in advertisements. I noticed what happened to Carbot is happening to me on some videos, even though I'm, you know, nobody. Just because YouTube and the algorithms and how they do stuff, that even when you set for no ads or just like the ads at the bottom, they still put ads. Because you don't have control over that if somebody takes... puts in a copyright claim. Here he's okay. So there's a few quests there. Hunger for trade. Go back and deliver that. To the north. So you like up there? Well, there's a quest up here anyways. The ads pay for your copyright usage. Or so they claim. So they claim. That's a sweet looking bow. That's cool. That's cool. And somebody got caught by the Wallmaster. Sad. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. They have like 2 ads played back to back. Southwest. It's gotta be like right there. Villagers to arrive. Oberger's treating us to another one of his speeches, I see. High time we brought back the quarry that once made me proud to hell from Alagaha. Though you may be too young to remember, but the quarry used to mean everything to this village. When is this gold codger gonna stop harping on about good old days? Open your eyes, you daft bugger. Times long since past, we could sell the stone here for a decent amount of gil. You give up on the quarry, you'll be giving up on the village itself. Even the hardest of rocks will break if you keep chiseling away at it. Life's the same. Grandfather, that's enough. I tell you now that no one here would claim to be happy with their lot, but there's nothing to be done. Love. Well, I expect with that bloody attitude. No one's gonna work to improve things when even my own granddaughter has next to no motivation. There's no demand for it. Plastic girl understands nothing. Pointless if you're only sleepwalking through life. Who the hell are you anyway? I ain't doing this for your amusement. Here to help. Cinder, was it? You're the lad we have thank for saving Wakrata? Tell you more fire in your belly than this entire village. Actually, you'll be able to see I'm not as crazy as these buggers think me. Owes everything to the quarry. Bastards thought stone structures barbaric, favoring their cold, tasteless, metallic buildings instead. Say they look civilized. Don't make me laugh. When Garlemald began recruiting our youth for their army, we lost just as many to the rebel cause. No one left in the quarry. It slowly fell into ruin and is now overrun with beasts. We could take back the Sleeping Stones. This whole village would brim with vitality. And Sleeping Stones? We have the Rising Stone. Just need something that proves the beasts have gone for the quarry. Sure. Sure, old timer. Oh, all the way over there. Jeez. Okay. One thing at a time. You're pointing down here somewhere. Let's see if we can do that. So I feel like I've missed the Aether Compass stuff. And that's a quest for it. He's doing it for our amusement. That is literally his purpose of existence. I mean, that's not incorrect. I missed one up here. I remember this place. We were here a long time ago. Okay, well, as other characters in here would say, where in the seven hells is it? Oh, there it is. Man, I'd have put it on top of the ziggurat. Whatever. East. Somewhere over there. I'm missing two. And then all the quests. We have two of the quests, though. Could be down there. Rust Rock. Southeast, so up there. Oh, fancy. Level 70. Northeast. Okay, so up there. I shall use behemoths. I haven't used behemoths in a while. Okay. No. I'll have to go around. Great, and I was down there too. That sucks. Oh, wow. I have to go all the way around. That's a pain. New mount. I want the other music. The Falcon. You marked for. Oh, you're marked for the quest. Okay. Alright, that's done. We still need to grab that. Sleeping stones. There it is. Let me just grab it from here. Sweet. I didn't think it was gonna let me. Okay, that should be all of these. Yes, good. Alright. Possession of certain stones. Here you go. Exactly what I was after. This wastes no time showing them to the others. Far too long since the last ray of hope shone in these villagers' miserable lives. Later. Almost. Not quite. What was the other one? Down here. And then I'll still be 2 quests short. That's okay. We'll see them eventually, I'm sure. Probably after the dungeon. One quest short. Yeah, I forgot I had that other one with the foodstuffs. 1 quest short. Please, I need to be left alone. Congratulate! No, congratulate. Said leave, damn you. Why do you insist on shower me with unwanted gratitude? Yes, I was there in Ralgar's reach, but I was barely able to escape with my life, let alone save others. Afraid the man you're looking for isn't here. Such a brave soul, that one. Our mission was done, yet he chose to stay on the front lines and save as many as he could. If not for his injuries, he would have... The man died a hero, though I doubt anyone will ever know it. All we do now is pray he finds peace in the great beyond. Oh, he died. He died saving everybody. Or as many people as he could. The wind gently whispers as if in response to your prayer. I will tell the other guy. May his legend live on. The deeds of his heroism. Sorry to hear that. Have to go pay my respects later. Terrible tragedy to lose such fine a soldier, but through his sacrifice, a great many will live to keep fighting the good fight. Carry on in his stead, and someday bring a lasting peace to the realm. If I can go this way, I doubt it. Wouldn't that be nice? Nope. The locks. That'll be next. Or next area. And last area for this place, I believe. Yeah, down there. So now we run all the way back. Even though I won't hit 70, I guess we'll do this. We're gonna go ahead and start it up. I have level sync 290, but I don't have to worry about that either. Average item level 260, which I believe I have. Yeah, 280, okay. Going to queue that up. We can go while we're going back here. I finished Christmas shopping like a month ago. I gotta give one piece of advice for the Christmas season. It is that. Get your shopping done way early. Like, however you feel about Christmas. Oh, it shouldn't start till after Thanksgiving. Or it shouldn't start until like 2 weeks before Christmas. Whatever your belief on when Christmas should start is. Retail starts Christmas like 2 months ago. And I say you take advantage of it and you do Christmas shopping early. That way you don't have to worry about it. Sure, there'll always be things you can be like, oh, I want to get that last minute. Oh, this person really wants this. I can grab that. Like, you can do that. But try to get as much of your Christmas shopping done as early as possible. Did you get the food? Got the food. Praise the heavens. Praise to you, stranger. This will be the first proper meal we've had in days. I can speak with my large friend, if you would. I wager he'd like to show his thanks as well. And that's cool. That's actually funny. I agree with that. Like, my wife, for example, will not get into the Christmas spirit at all until after Thanksgiving. But I got her to do some early Christmas shopping. Like, I'm telling you, do as much of your Christmas shopping as early as you possibly can. That way, you are not like a lot of people out on the roads right now, 2 days before Christmas, are scrambling to find some stuff. Don't be that person. It doesn't matter when you think Christmas should start. Get Christmas shopping done as early as possible. Whether it's gift cards, envelopes for stuff, like what are those? Just the cards, like your Hallmark cards, games, whatever the presents are going to be. Get as much of it out of the way as you possibly can. Whipped curse, they call us. Wow. Well, get our stream back, try to move on. Kind of hard to heroes like you or a godsend. Two DPS, yay. That way you do not have to be out, like, scrambling for gifts. Oh, it's probably this person. Such that. Looks like a dragoon. Quick spear. Yes. So we will have dragoon and some tank and some healer. Like, me and my wife went to a a place where you buy Christmas gifts and stuff. They also have food. We went there for the food, and this was 3 days ago. 3 days ago, and they had all their Christmas stuff down, and I asked them just because I was curious. It's like, why do you have your Christmas stuff down? And they said, oh, we're out. Like, they were sold out, and that was 5 days before Christmas. Now, I'm sure some places sold out even, like, ran out of Christmas stuff earlier than that. Does stuff quietly. One store near me. Let's go level Blue Mage? I mean, I could. I should. I do want to. Now they put some more Blue Mage stuff in, I'm kind of interested. I need to do that. I think I sold all my Blue Mage gear, though, so. The entire store 10 days before is nothing but empty shelves. Yeah, see, I'm telling you. It's... The earlier you can get all your Christmas stuff, the better. Whatever you're feeling, again, on when Christmas should be, do not let that dictate you getting the presents and stuff. Just get your Christmas shopping out of the way. You'll be better off for it. And like I said again, sometimes you forget something, or it's like, oh, I needed one more gift card or something than when I thought. That's cool, but get your big Christmas shopping out of the way. You'll be better off for it. Like I sent we didn't send it till a little later, but I got a Christmas present for my mom and my dad like almost a month ago. like 3 weeks ago or so. Because you never know. You just never know when stuff is going to sell out. Stuff will be gone. If you're getting something more custom type made, especially do that early, because they can get backed up if they get a rush, like they get a big rush for Christmas. And you may think, oh, this is common sense, Central. A, common sense is not common. Sadly. And also, you'd be surprised how many people wait for the Shiva Extreme, perhaps Icebreaker? I think I have that title. You'd be surprised how many people wait till last minute to do stuff. Pretty sure I have that one, Icebreaker. Yeah, I have that one, Dreams of Ice. No, not last 5. I hate that it goes to last 5 first. It's really stupid. Let Us Cling Together. It was part of the journey for to get into Heaven's Ward. It was part of that big bridge of quests. It was right after we, It was right after we caught, what's her face? The spy. The one that was the right hand of the general. There it is. Any progress on the anima weapon? It's almost done. Yeah, the Ivy. Yeah, her. It was that quest. That's where you get the Icebreaker title. Been a while since I played the dungeon. That's fine. I've never been here. So I totally almost went to start healing. I'm not even gonna deny it. So I knew everybody here would be 70. Yeah, he's not with us. Isn't that sad? We were both waiting, and then we don't get in the same group. Isn't that crazy? Always go for the element he doesn't mention. Alright. So if he says fire... and then the pillars come up. Okay, so the first one's just dodge. Each pillar needs one person nearby. Last boss is just hit. Kill ads, shoot cannons. It's a rotor! Ha! Isn't that neat? You. Uh-oh. You. Ah. I got hit by that one. That's my bad. Oh, okay. Cool. Done. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ah! Wouldn't you know it. Upgrade those two. Not too bad. Oh, deployment. Oh, that's cute. How about no? So we're like saving the world in style and sarcasm. I try. Cute. That was cute. He died. Man. That was wrong. Ah. Okay, so opposite element. So the one he doesn't list. Ready. Match his above or go to the one he doesn't mention. Number 24. Okay, so you're fine after you get the buff. You just need to get the buff, and then you're fine. Okay. Fire and lightning, so aspected to eyes. He's dead. Cool, get it. Ooh. Oh shoot, I need those. See, I'll put those on right now. Kill ads, avoid AoEs. Oh, pass on that. Mapping the realm. Crash my body. Okay, so watch out for the hand. Kill ads, burn down boss. Neat. Let's see it. Ready. Oh, that's cute. He like buffed him. Time for your medicine. Whoa. Cute. Trying to hit me with that. Uh-oh. But I don't really want to be standing here either. Yeah. Here looks good. Dead. Oh, jeez, that was it. Okay, I was gonna limit break, but dead. Give it to the black mage for all the stuff. I will pass on this. Hey, player accommodation.
Are you all right?
I liked that one. That one wasn't too bad at all. The boss gimmicks were pretty easy to understand. So, yep.
I think that answers my question. We've accomplished our objectives as well.
Lisa's unit should be advancing upon the fire control center in the command tower. Let us join them.
Let's go. Hey, cool. Everybody made it. And we're...
Lise, thank the 12 you're all right.
And you. There's the control center. Let's hit them hard and fast. Ready?
Ready. Look who it is.
They're here! It was you, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
It was.
I gave the order to fire. It was over! The Skulls had surrendered. No one else had to die. And you killed them. Your own people. Your own comrades.
You're right. I killed them. Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn, all the rest. Trained and fought with every last one of them. Good soldiers to a man. I gave the order that led to their deaths. And I knew exactly what I was doing.
But why? Why would you do that?
They died so that all Alamegans could live free.
That's what we're doing.
That was all we ever wanted.
Living under the Empire is not living free.
We made a promise that we would do whatever it took, so that one day the Imperials would learn to accept us. But everything comes at a price. And if you haven't got the means to pay, then you pay with blood. Service guarantees citizenship, but citizenship guarantees naught. It's not enough to do your part, oh no. You have to run faster, fight harder, kill more and more and more, and only then will you be equal.
You'll never be equal. That's what you don't
That's
get.
just how it is out here in the provinces. You buy your freedom with blood. There is no other way.
Shut up! Shut your mouth! You don't get to talk about freedom. You killed your own. They trusted you, and you killed them.
I like that. You don't get to talk about freedom.
Murderer! Butcher! Traitor!
Cheating. Oh, he's going for it.
Lise! Gotcha!
You would have. But now she's cheating. That's bad. That's really bad.
I know what you can do. I've already seen it.
Alize!
Get out of my way.
Even so, the odds are against me.
Coward! Get back here!
Yeah, basically, like what, she was infused with ether, so something akin to Magitech. To magic.
Hero! Lord Xenos invites you to join him for the royal hunt, to be hosted at the palace. You may bring your horde, if you like. All are welcome.
I'm cutting you down. And if I'm not... Actually, I don't want to cut you down. Lise gets that honor. I'm going after your boss. Invite to the royal hunt. We'll see who's hunting whom at the end of the day.
She'll be all right, but we'll need to carry her. Will you help me?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you. Lise, I leave matters here in your hands.
Right.
Done. Thrice damned cannon won't be troubling us again. Told one of your comrades was injured during the operation. If there's aught we could do to help, pray do not hesitate to ask. Man, Lise had her. No. She got an upgrade. Well, we did it. Castor Bania belongs to us now. Nagorner people took Alizé to Radiata to receive treatment. Afana tells me she'll make a full recovery. I know I should be happy. We won and with minimal casualties, but somehow it feels empty. Report to General Aldine. Cryo wasn't here, but who knows? Maybe one of Raban's men found something which could lead us to her. Can't hurt to ask anyway. Mount speed in the peaks increased. Bracelet. Alright. I got quite a few things. Mine's better than that. This one. Can't really see the leggings with this, so that's okay. Upgrade. Raban's invitation. Wishes to thank you for your service. Yeah, kind of Adam Jensen style. Yeah! Yeah, that's a good call, Maze. With like the upgrade. It's not cybernetics, but it's in the same vein. She got upgraded. Commander, Syndro, Commander Hex, fine work you did today. As after SI, we needed a resounding victory like this. Thanks to you, Ragar's star yet burns bright. Glad, really am. You should know that Alizé was injured during the fighting. She cheated hard. Yeah. Former Lupus commander. Regrettable. I am pleased to hear she'll make a full recovery. Verdola's parting words, on the other hand, ring less favorably in my ears. Don't worry. Urban, that's all of us. If Xenos wishes to invite us to his so-called royal hunt, then this bull would fain accept. Yeah, hunt this bull. What troubles you, Lise? Oh, it's nothing really. It's just we're almost to the end, but we still got to save Kryl and do so much more. We'll find her soon enough. Pippin has his best men scouring the Castrom's archives as we speak. Listen, Lise. It'll take us a while. It'll take time for us to fully occupy the Castrum and prepare to advance into Lux. While we wait, there's something I'd like to show you. Both of you. After all, this may be the last chance we have to catch our breath before the final push. Raban? I don't see why not. Yeah, alright. Come with me to Radiata. From there, we'll need to follow another road south. Okay. Huh? Sleep. Down there. Raban's invitation. Almost 70. Postwoman. Once we finish up with, at least the base version of Stormblood, because, you know, there's always all that post-game content. Post-DLC content, like we done Alexander and stuff like that. Once we get past the main story of Stormblood, we're going to go back and we're going to take some time to do things like weapons, some quests, things like that. Even after all these years, it's still the same. Nah, getting ahead of myself. Deserve a proper welcome. Liberty or death? Raban would share with you a story. Sindro, Lise, brought you here for a reason.
I wanted to show you this house. My house.
Oh, it's Raban's house.
You mean this is where you grew up?
Aye. Not much to look at, is it?
Liberty or death.
Same could be said of the village. It was damn near impossible to live off the land, barren as it was. Which is why so many of us traded our plowshares for swords. Swords and uniforms, mind. We became military men. Tensions were rising between Alamigo and the Empire, and there was always a need for more soldiers to watch the border. It was only a matter of time before the first skirmishes broke out. It's a frightening thing to face Magitech armor for the first time. But after a lot of trial and error, I found ways to bring them down. After a few victories, people even said I had a knack for it. And then one day they hit us. Hard. I was wounded and sent home to recover. Back here.
This will be a fun echo.
Will you remain silent for fear of the Mad King's vengeance? Of his eyes and ears in the shadows and his knives in the dark? You, who call this living dishonor our nation. It is but a slow death. Liberty or death? Liberty or death? If this be your creed, then raise up your hands, raise up your voices! Together we will tear Theodoric from the throne! Together we will reclaim our freedom! Send you home to men, did they?
Aye, sir. Garlean's got the better of us. The chirurgeons say I'm healing well, so it won't be long now.
Liberty or death, is it? Tell me, soldier. What do you think those words mean?
We must needs be willing to die for liberty.
Spoken like a true patriot. But liberty should not be the end in of itself. Liberty is a chance to build something better. A stronger, more prosperous home for our people. It's not quick or easy work. And it is never truly finished. But if you neglect it, then sooner or later, you look up to find you've traded one tyrant for another.
Well, sir, I've never asked for much. Never wanted to live like a king, just wish it were a little bit easier is all. For me and everyone else. And I'm willing to die for that, if that's what it takes.
Dying is easy, soldier. Living is harder.
That's true.
Rest, mend. Regain your strength. You'll need it in the days to come. And mayhap one day we will need it too.
Conrad chose you as his successor, Lys, and I will not gainsay his decision. I have but one question to ask. Liberty or death? Those were Curtis's words and his creed. Will you swear by your father's creed before your comrades and the gods?
Liberty or death. That's all you can hope for in war. Father understood that. And you want to know if I do too. I swear to you, here and now, I will fight until the end. Be it liberty or be it death. But the freedom we win must be for every Alamegan, even ones like Fordola, though they may hate us, and the Enanta, though they may fear us. We'll fight, and we'll talk, and we'll find a way to make it work for all of us. Compared to all that, retaking our home will seem like the easy part.
A good oath. And there is naught else to say. You are indeed your father's daughter.
Liberty or death. Has it really been 20 years since he wrote those words? Even a blind man could see that Lys wasn't herself. Not that I don't understand. To be thrust into a position of authority under such circumstances. To be made responsible for the lives of so many. It isn't easy. And when you see your friend get cut down before your eyes, it only gets harder. I'll wager she thought Alisaie was dead for a moment back there. Oh, I'm sure. 'Tis one thing to risk your life for a cause, but to risk that of another is a burden no soldier is ever truly ready to shoulder. The fear, the guilt, it weighs on her, and that's good. It'll make her a better commander. But first, she needs to learn to carry it, to not let it break her. To remember that some causes are worth fighting for. Liberty or death. Her father's words gave me strength once. Mayhap they'll do the same for her now. Right then. I think I've said enough. Two, you can head back. I mean to stay a bit longer. Closing up shop. Let's see, back up there. Hey, it's the person that was waiting with us. Understand, he's been away for a long time. Probably wants to be alone for a while. Head back to Radiata. Let's go. Oh, she is down there. Wait, am I the only one who feels like I'm being watched? I don't know if it's Imperials or bandits, but I know there's more than one of them. Let's split up. You head northwest, I'll head northeast. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. But I'm gonna go do the I'm gonna go do the fly quest instead. Because that should be all we're missing. Speak to merchant. I never turned that in. Oh, that one's all the way back there. But wait. Oh, liberty or death gives us one. Duh. Like, I'm missing one. Dummy. You. 7 L's, he's seen us! Sod it. Dead's as good as alive to the Imperials. No. You're just wrong. Well, I mean, you're right about that. Dead is as good as alive to Imperials. Well, depends. You've chosen poorly, regardless. Let's just say that. You've chosen poorly. Attacked you too, didn't they? Had no choice. I didn't either. The Alamegan. Not even conscripts by the look of them. Barely adults. In fact, some of their faces look familiar. I remember. They're from Radiata. They must have seen us when we were looking for Stark. Probably thought the Imperials would reward them if they captured or killed. Oh, gods. Alizé and Alphinaud could be in danger too. Have to head back to Radiata and find Nago. Okay. Nago. You two look ready for a fight. Yeah. We were ambushed by villagers outside of Radiata and thought they might try to attack. You alright? Aye, we're fine. Twins are at Stark's. Alize was asleep last I checked. Sorry, did you say you were ambushed by villagers? Not soldiers? Did they not see what we just did to Castrum Abania? God's damned fools. Yeah, that too, right? Sindel, at least, we overheard you talking. They were young, less than 20 summers? Thought so. It's always the young ones. The ones who have only ever known the occupation. They're the ones you gotta look out for. See, the decent work to be found at Radiata is for the Imperials, and everyone knows it. Children grow up knowing it. They have it pounded into their skulls that the best they can hope for is to serve an Imperial officer. Bloody fools! After everything they've seen us accomplish, they ought to be begging to fight for the Resistance, not against us. Living in the shadow of a castrum their whole lives. Few victories won't change that. You'll get some who can't wait to spit in a soldier's eye, but they get beaten for their trouble or worse. Even so. And the ones that don't fight back but refuse to beg, well, they just starve. Beat the dog that bites his master's hand and ignore the dog that refuses to do his bidding, see? In the end, the ones that learn to abide are the ones that survive. Now you may say that's all about to change, and I believe you, many here do. But a young man or woman who grew up only knowing what he knows has got every reason to doubt. Remember that. Do what you have to, if it comes to it, but remember that. The sooner we liberate Alamigo and bring an end to this occupation, the better. Only then can we show these youths that things do not have to be this way. Only then will they know what it means to live free. We're going to build a new home for ourselves, together. A better home than they've ever known. Oh, it's the open toe thingy. Like sandals. Don't like that. Better. The Lady in Red. Been thinking, if Alize needs more time to heal, maybe we should move on. Maybe we should move her to Ralgar's Reach. The Lady in Red. She'd need much better care there, after all. Our infirmary is probably the best place for her, short of sending her to Gridania. Indeed. Given what Mistress Woad has told us, I would rather she did not remain here. There we go. Settled. Now go and see about getting us a carriage and an escort. Alphino, you should get your sister ready for the journey. Sinral, do you mind going on ahead and telling Aurelia we're on our way? I want a bed waiting for Alize when she arrives. Thanks. Got it. But first, flying here would be nice. I mean, it fits with the samurai thing, but I've never liked that part of the look. I'm just not a sandals guy at all. Got Cold Herd. Closing up shop. Go speak with him. Darn it. And then all the way back around. We're gonna make you go around one more time before you can fly. You know, for old time's sake. At least we do have the mount speed increase. So. Fancy. Breakneck. Is paid to come here by an Imperial turncoat to a labor camp? No, can't be. He said someday we... Never mind the merchant. Here's not much, but you deserve it. Both of them shot. Freebird the Peaks. Interested where that goes. That was your son. Now we can fly here. But I have to go all the way back to Ralgar's Reach. Require assistance? No, we have somebody that does. Very well, we'll make ready to receive the patient at once. Give me a hand, will you? All crisp and freshly laundered. Not a moment too soon, apparently. We're here. Is everything in order? Got it? Right, we'll bring her in. Honestly, Alphino, you needn't have gone through all this trouble. What can I say? It seemed a good way to discourage you from limping off to battle when my back was turned. Listen to her, Rilla, please. You need your rest. We haven't heard. I don't know. I don't think so. I think she's still out. I know. Any news of Kryl? She'll be cross if you make her wait too long, as will I. Working on it. Huh. A chilling prospect indeed. I'll find her, sister, and I'll fight twice as hard for the both of us. They're good together, when they're not at each other's throats. I miss that feeling. Sindral, I have a favor to ask. Would you mind waiting outside for me? I won't be a moment. Alright. Should have been there with you to the end, if only I hadn't been so reckless. We'll find Kryl and bring her home. After all, I need her to tell you to stay in bed. Poke. Huh? Whoa.
Sorry to have kept you waiting. Well, what do you think? I know it's a bit old-fashioned, but in a traditional sort of way, Ida wore it whenever she could.
Oh, man.
Not that I'm pretending to be her or anything. Not again. It's just... if this is the last battle we fight to free Alamigo, then she ought to be a part of it.
Alright. Not quite your style. Suits you. It really does.
It's nice of you to say so. And a bit embarrassing. But mostly nice.
And a bit embarrassing. Mostly nice. It is. She looks great in it.
Anyway, the real reason I asked you here was to sneak in a warm-up before the final battle.
Alright.
There's this place I know where monks used to spar as part of their training. Care to join me?
I'd be glad to. Oh, with a guitar. Interesting. have it here? Not that I can see. But I like that. She had a guitar, not just her fist. Good. Great weapon for a monk. In many mediums. Maybe we got a little carried away. Have to admit, that was fun. Thank you, Syndrome. Best kind of friend. The kind that's not afraid to knock some sense into you. Cheek to cheek. Upon the Great Lock's shore. Oh, look who's there. And of course, you got the, Pippin, who's had a lot of screen time here, which is great, because he's an awesome character, too. And then the 4 leaders. Wait! Hey! Be good to see Emmerich here. Lisa's feeling relaxed and refreshed. Now that Alizé's settled in, time we rejoin the fight. Though, actually, maybe you and Alphinaud should go on ahead without me. I need to talk strategy with the officers, and that might take a while. Gotta be commander. Alphinaud, what was at least one of you? Where to go on ahead? Oh, that part, yeah. A sparring match on the Destroyer's very palm? I would have liked to have seen that. I bet it was quite the fight. But she is right. We've lingered here long enough. I'm ready to depart when you are. Take care, you two. Don't do anything I wouldn't. And you had better not rise from the bed until you're given express permission to do so. Urianger will be paying you a visit soon, and he's already worried enough as it is. I'm sure he is. And we have a long road ahead of us. Lead the way, Syndrome. Let's go. Speak with Pippin. We'll fly from here. There's the boat. There's the boat. That's cool. Marshal? Returned. How fares your sister, Alphinaud? Her rapier wit remains undulled, for better or for worse. Have there been any developments in our absence? Proud to say, Castro Mabania is now wholly under our control. At present, we are taking stock of the enemy supplies and redistributing them amongst our men. Also, while sifting through the officer's documents, we learned that a unit of skulls under Fordola's command passed through the castrum en route to the capital, with a single prisoner in their custody. Cryle. Has to be her. In all likelihood, yes. You'll be glad to hear that the tunnel leading to the locks has been secured by our soldiers and is now safe for travel. One final piece of good news. Reinforcements from all 4 Alliance nations have arrived and joined the main host. which has established a new base of operations within the locks. That is great news. Reinforcements. Commander Hex should be arriving soon, yes? When she does, we'll call a meeting to discuss the final stage of Ralgar's beacon. There she is. Oh, looks great. Sorry for keeping you all waiting. An Almahigan folk dress. How very fitting. And well-fitting, I might add. One do something for Ida. And myself. I agree, and well-fitting. Like, Alphinaud throws that in. That's very much within his character, from what we have learned. This is it. The last push. We're coming, Cryo.
I remember my father's words, how they rang in my ears as we left Castra Mabania behind and looked out over the locks before us. Comrades brave and true, they had come from all across Eorzea to stand with us, to stand against oppression and tyranny. 20 years the Empire had ruled us, but no longer. Liberty or death. Liberty or death.
Ere we begin, I would say to you as a proud son of Alamigo that I am grateful to each and every one of you for your part in this endeavor.
Of course Lucia's with them.
Now, to the heart of the matter. The enemy appears content to remain within the city walls and await the inevitable siege. Open conflict has been sporadic thus far. Whether Xenos is biding his time until reinforcements arrive, or attempting to bait us into a trap, none can say. We know better than to trust his word.
Regardless, we can ill afford to present Garlemald with a chance to ready her legions. It would be in our best interest to press for a swift resolution.
Absolutely. We have all the momentum.
A long siege wouldn't be good for the people in the city either. If food becomes scarce, you know who'll starve first.
Absolutely.
Just so. Therefore, I propose we commit our forces to an all-out assault. What say you?
No, I agree. I like they all have their commanders with them. That's cool.
It would seem we are of one mind. Then let us proceed to the how of it.
She had the vice admiral, who we've worked with. The other seat seer had the serpent marshal, and Emmerich has Lucia, of course.
The immortal flames will form the vanguard, supported by the archers and the conjurers of the Order of the Twin Adder, under the Elder Seat Seer's command.
Alright, that makes perfect sense. Order of Flames, all the heavy armor and all that, and then Gridania, very well known for their archers and conjurers, provide support.
Once the main host has cleared a path to the walls, we will bring forward the artillery of the Maelstrom and the Temple Knights. I would have your cannons pound the gates and punch a hole right through the middle of their defenses.
Makes sense. Both of them would have a lot of artillery. Yes.
What about the resistance?
Yeah. Least
Your part will be to occupy the residential district and keep civilians out of harm's way. The people are more like to trust their own.
Minimize casualties.
Of course. You can count on us.
Remember that there is a second entrance to the city proper there. If all goes to plan, we will have secured 2 points of entry. Once both objectives are complete, we press on into the city, surround the palace, and hunt down Xenos. As for the Scions, you will be held in reserve as an irregular unit until we have more intelligence on your captured comrade. Kryle's rescue will be your primary concern, but I dare say we'll find a use for you once her freedom has been secured.
Oh, guaranteed. Understood.
Thank you, General. I pray we find her quickly.
Ralga's beacon nears its end. Soon, my friends, Alamico will be ours once more.
We'll go where we're needed once this starts to play out. Oh, that was so cool to have all the leaders of the 4 nations, and then for them to have their like second in command with them too, was really cool. Father has dreamed of this day for nearly half his life. Just one more step. I swore I'd return with an army one day, and here we are. We're almost home. And we'll blast them to smithereens with our cannons. Flames belong on the front line, whereas we're better suited to a supporting role. Owing to the lengthy campaign against the Dravanians, the Temple Knights are a well-rounded force, and the Lamensons, well, woe betide the enemy who has to contend with a pirate and his axe. Hey, Aaronville! Battle for Castrobania was brutal, but the one for Alamigo will be unlike any we have ever known. Most of the Almanigans in the residential district are on, so I doubt we'll have to deal with many Imperial sympathizers. Connor built those walls to give shelter to his brothers and sisters, and now our people rest on us tearing them down. Our people's freedom. Stage is set, players are assembled. Eorzea has come at last to drive the invaders from her lands. What would Grandfather say if he were here with us today? See if this headgear looks better. Have eye patch. Meh. Not been one for eye patch. The key to victory. Alpha remains concerned for his dear friend. For all our other accomplishments, Cryo remains in the hands of our enemy. I find myself wondering if I could have done more. Though we know now she was taken to the city, we have found nothing which might tell us where she is being held. You know, you could just ask me. Thancred! Thancred, what have you learned? I'll spare you the particulars of my infiltration and simply state that I have seen her with my own eyes. She's being held within the residential district south of the city proper. I tracked her to the ruins of an old temple at the Fist of Ralgar, within which the Imperials have constructed a research facility. A research facility? What manner of research? Why, methods to imbue Garleans with the power to manipulate ether. In pursuit of which goal, their scientists have, I'm sorry to report, performed many questionable experiments on living subjects. What? Calm down, Athena. We've already been tasked with securing the Alamegan quarter. This just gives us a reason to do it faster. I entered and exited the facility by stowing aboard Imperial transports, but that method is not suitable for a larger force. And it goes without saying, a direct assault on the rather substantial main gates would be ill-advised. I think I might know someone who can help. One of my men had an idea about how to get into the city. Actually, might be better if I let him explain it himself. Alright. Been a while. I'll take offense if you don't remember. Might even be glad of it. Alagahana, am I right? Aye. Weisgar is the name. I was raised in the peaks, but my mom grew up in the city. Anyway, I reckon we can get inside the Alamegan quarter by way of Loxtel. Now, that one who talked the most trash about us, and then ended up joining. What? How? There's a story my mom told us, which made me think of it. See, she was always going on about what life was like when she was a girl, see? How they used to have to boil the water from the well before they could drink it, since it was full of salt. They were drawing seawater from the locks? Wait! That means there must be an underwater tunnel or something! Aye, that's it. But it won't be as simple as going for a swim. Well was close, see? Apparently Theodoric decided one day he wanted to control the water supply and forbade water trading. So even if you come up through it, you'll find yourself on the wrong side of a locked gate. At the time, my grandfather, being an enterprising sort, befriended a guard and lifted a key from his belt. He made a copy and carried on selling water until the Imperials invaded, and ended up working at the saltery. In short, we need your grandfather's key, assuming he still has it. I'm certain he does, and I can take you to him, but it'll be dangerous. Don't worry about that. We're used to dangerous. Nago and Erenvald will assemble a squadron while the rest of us go and get that key. Got it. Let's not waste any more time, shall we? Mom said Granddad kept the key with him at all times as a lucky charm. If he hasn't got it, then, well... Then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Ready, Central? We may have to deal with a few Imperial patrols or worse. Key to victory. Right to rest. It's a zoo out there. Let's go. Hey, the Obsidian Carbuncle's here! And Thancred's here as well. Fists of Fire. Let's go! Where's Thancred? Oh, already as the rogue that he is, he was already ahead. Can I see what everybody is? Let's see. Alphanet's casting Ruin. Thancred's using Assassinate. Let's go. You can see what they're using. I hadn't thought about that. Twin Snakes. Damage dealt is increased. Fist of Fire is damage dealt increased. And she also had the stance from what little I've played of Pugilist. This isn't right. Where is everyone? Where is everyone? What are the Alliance's advance has surely reached their ears. Search the building for clues. Alright. Aged barrel. Barrel appears to have been filled with fish packed in salt. Okay, so somebody was here recently. Pot is filled to the brim with salt from the locks. Lumber appears to lain undisturbed for some time. Hello. Fallen masonry. Crumbling masonry appears to have lain undisturbed for some time, so some of it is so all this is salt? That's kind of crazy to think about. Let's see. What else can we find? I feel like I'm missing just one thing somewhere. So we checked here and here. I don't know if I'm supposed to be looking for something in the village or... I'm supposed to take the hint and it's somewhere out in the salt. Nope, I can't go that way, so... That kind of answers that question, doesn't it? Music here is really good. So I must be missing something here. Probably just one thing that I'm missing. Oh, here we go. Oh, magic device suddenly springs to life, flashing brightly and emitting a shrill sound. It's a trap! Alright, which one of you triggered the obvious trap? Raising my hand. This one's on me. Keep what's going alive, would you? Okay. When I want to target that one. Oh, Colossus. Now then, where were we? Ah yes, looking for clues to the whereabouts of the erstwhile water merchant and his key. Back to what we were doing. Everybody heals up, which is nice. Leaden Fist. Next boot shine will deal increased damage. Back to what we were doing. Take a look again. Anything? Oh, the searching around's the hard part. I'm gonna run out of time. I'm not good at finding stuff. Here we go. Tattered diary. In the wake of the ambush, you find a diary belonging to a laborer. Last entry mentions a mention of a plan to take shelter in Sali Monastery. Monastery. That's to the south. I'll lead the way. Not after that ambush, you won't. It's too dangerous. Central will follow you. Keep an eye peeled for Magitech. Yeah, for sure. Alright, head south. Oh, maybe I should be doing this too. Oh, it doesn't count. I'm gonna act like the tank, so turn them away. Gunship. I was rude. I'm gonna run into you. Another match tech. Just follow the enemies. Central Streams FF14 episode 105. Searching the Salt. Yeah. A whole stream dedicated to that. We'll skip that one. Keep going, alright. Not there. Not there either. It's in here. Yeah, it'd be an extra long episode too. How well I am researching things. Yeah, everything has a time limit. We normally don't have to worry about it, but it took me so long. Tall, dark, and Imperial seems to be blocking the entrance. Yeah, I see that. God damn it. I don't think there's a way around. Well, there's only one thing for it then. Then we just have to go through them. Exactly. Get some. 2 devices are shield generators. Okay, so start here. So be a good chap and destroy the generators before it rips my head off. On it. See how others belabor the brute. Ooh. It's at the monastery. Have to be around here somewhere. Oh. What? What? It's me! Whiskar! Your grandson! Whiskar? Hey, Radagar, is it really you? What, lad? Who are all these people? Resistance, Granddad. My, comrades in arms. It's a long story. She told you all about me thumbing my nose at the Mad King, did she? Daft sods never caught me, neither. Wasn't much, but it was my way of rebelling against his rule. Glad to see you got higher aspirations. Here. Make our family proud. I will, I swear. Ralgar is my witness. Did it? I was worried when he wasn't at the Saltery, but we found him at the end. Now we got the key, it's time to find that underwater tunnel. Revolutionary spirit runs in the family, I see. Yeah, right? Little did we know. Careful, the others are waiting. Make them proud. I'll make them all proud. I were 10 years younger, but I'm not. Look after my grandson. 10 years younger, I'd be fighting too. The resident. This is in the mood for a swim. We'll need to dive into the locks and look for a tunnel leading beneath the residential district. That'll be no problem for Syndra and me, thanks to the Kojin's busing. But the rest of you... I'll have you know I can hold my breath for 10 minutes. I think it best that I support Minago and Erenvol's unit, as Alphanod cannot. Oh right, can't swim. I am aware of that, thank you. But it is neither here nor there, given that I lack both the Kojin's blessing and Thancred's preternational lung capacity. Yes, he is. He can hold his breath as long as Guybrush Threepwood. Correct. Just like that. I am aware of that. Like you don't have to remind me. Right, of course. I didn't mean anything by it. Nothing at all. So, Central, Thancred, and me. Let's head to the water's edge. Alphinaud and Weisgard can rejoin the others and wait outside the gates for us to let them in. Got it. Like, I am aware. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for reminding me. I should be doing this. Oh well. This looks as good a place as any. Oh, you dive into the briny deep. Ryanje! What are you doing here? Yeah, exactly. What are you doing here? Master Alphina informed me of your plan, and thus I did hasten to your side. When Mistress Alizé unfolded to me the tale of her defeat, I was much intrigued by the apparent ease with which Fordola, a theretofore unexceptional warrior, defied my lady's every attempt to do her harm. He's like, this is bull! After some few days of deliberation, I subsequently contrived what I believed to be a solution to a problem of her prescience. 'Twas in hopes of furnishing you with the fruits of my labors that I came. Oh, knock her down a peg. Wait, is that Moonbreda's? Her etheric siphon formed the basis of my design. Should my hypothesis prove correct, you need but activate it in her presence. To say more would endanger the plan, for ignorance is your shield. Okay? You don't need to know more. Trust me on this one. Alright. It was Moonbreda's time. It is not yours, my friends. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal and return. Thanks, Ryanje. At least he got a cameo in all this. We will, for you and for her. Doing it. Right, going in. Follow me. And bow. Alright, my time is done here. Big shame, because I really liked her character too. Really liked Moonbreda. Okay, good. I have to say, so help me, they don't have me dive after. After saying, follow me! And then into the water. It's like, alright, we're over here. Tunnel leads east. Dankard's already gone on ahead. Let's not keep him waiting. Yeah, because he can't he can't breathe underwater like we can, so he needs to get out of here as quickly as possible. Very unusual. Not usual. Okay. Thank you for the definition. I was wondering. For the preternatural. Natural? Unnatural. Should have just used unnatural. Anyway. And we're here. Look at the inside of the Alamegan storeroom. It is a must-see. Whew, that was fun. Yes, tremendous fun. Who needs a beastman's blessing anyway? Still can't believe you managed to hold your breath the entire time. It felt like we were down there for hours. Anyway, it's time we let our friends in. Once we head up these stairs, we'll need to make our way to the main gates, which are somewhere to the west of here. Forgive me for stating the obvious, but it bears repeating that until we open the gates, we three are on our own. It would be in our best interest to avoid guards and easily startled small folk. Obviously, but once our guests have arrived, we'll be free to head towards the research facility where cryo is being held as loudly as we like. Since you've been there before, will you lead the way? Of course, but I'll move quickly, so see that you do not fall behind. Nothing left to say then. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Let's go. Follow my lead. Follow my lead. Stay close and quiet. Wait. Patrol. Let them pass. Alright, Price. Let them pass. Get to cover. I'll deal with it. Hidden. All's well. Oh, Thancred, all stealthy. And assassinate. 22k. Justice. Interesting. Name of the move, Justice. And none with a riser. Let's press on. One more century. Give me a moment. Oh, he's asleep and dead. Not that. Justice. Pleasant dreams. Look for a lever or a winch. We'll guard the rear. Alright. Here's our way in. Or a way to let our friends in, I should say. Hell's open, weapons weep. Yeah. Friends are ready and eager to engage the Imperials. Let's do it. Leave them to it. Head for the facility. Let's go get Cryo. Liberty or death. Alright, follow Thinker. He knows where we're going. Remember the reach. Remember the towers. Attack. Can't let you do that. No time for this. Put them down. Exactly. I don't have time for you. We got a friend to rescue. Mine. Okay, move on. Hold on, crap. We're coming. You. They know we're coming. Look who it is. I reckoned your lot would come, but I didn't think you'd have the nerve to break the bloody doors down. Makes no difference to me, though. Time to die. Time to get rid of your cheat code. Use the etheric siphon to weaken Fordola and defeat her in battle. Got it. Fordola Rim Lupus. Where's the
I can read your every move.
I'm sure you can. Oh, it's not there yet. Alright, there it is. You. The pain! No. You don't get to have your cheats anymore. No, stop that.
I'll cut you to pieces!
You would take this time to stop hitting. Hey, Lise. Yeah, get some punches in, Lise. go!
If only you knew the power.
Oh, she hadn't got it yet. Yeah, I got it. Oh, what was that? Final Heaven. From Lee's. Tutor in 4K. That level 3 limit break. It was cool looking.
I cannot lose. I will not.
Oh, but you will. Without your tricks, you're nothing.
Ooh.
Conrad, Mefrid, your own comrades. I should kill you here and now for what you did.
I'm surprised she didn't. I'm surprised she didn't lead with the guitar instead of the open palm.
But there's no place for that kind of justice here. Not in my Alamigo.
Not in my Alamigo. It's not how we do things.
Oh, how very bloody noble of you. Or you'll pardon me my sins, will you?
Nope.
After you and your freedom fighters come and tear down everything we've worked so hard to build. We were fighting for our people's freedom.
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
Now, my friend!
Right. Fine, Cryo.
Croyle!
Alphina? I knew you'd come.
Touching as this moment is, it will have to wait. We should rejoin the main force at once.
Absolutely. Get out of here.
Lise!
I'm taking her back with us, alive. She's going to answer for what she's done.
Okay with this.
Listen to you, talking like you've already won. Xenos is gonna tear you apart. He commands a power, echoing that of the Icons.
Well, you sound so sure that I can't take him down, considering I am the
What are you
Icon
talking
Slayer.
The hunt, you stupid cow. I'm talking about the hunt. He said you'd come, and here you are, his willing prey. You and your friends are dead, just like mine. And all our misery, all our sacrifice, it was all for naught!
That's where you're wrong.
No. You're gonna live long enough to see us win our freedom. I promise you that.
You're not.
Interrogations can wait. Let us be off.
Interrogation. Let's leave. Hey, you got crowd back. They used medicines to keep me in a torpor for much of the time. I fear I am still recovering from their effects. But I'll be fine. I will. Saved once more by Urianger's ingenuity. I look forward to learning why it was so imperative we remain ignorant of the device's precise function. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm sure we'll find out in time. What a relief to have finally found her. Though our greatest challenge yet lies ahead of us, on the eve of this final battle, I find myself overcome with joy. We could not have saved her without everyone's help. Thancred, Lys, Urianger, and of course, you. But yes, there is still much and more to be done. I should be very interested to learn the meaning of Fordola's ominous words, for one. He's cheating, but will be cut down all the same. Mount speed increased. Yeah. Scion's rogue bandana. Neat. The legacy of our fathers. Alphinaud is a man with one less worry on his mind. Lisa's gone to deliver Fordola into the custody of the Alliance, leaving Monago and her men to hold the residential district and stand ready. Once the Alliance has breached the main gates and commenced their assault, the Resistance forces will push through the entrance here and join the fray. In that case, I'll remain here. My search for Kryl took me into the city proper, and my familiarity with their defenses may prove useful to the Resistance. Understood. I shall instruct Ravenel and his unit to render support as well. They were tasked with securing the Aetherite, as I recall. With me, Central. Brave though as they may be, these freedom fighters will need every advantage if they are to defeat their oppressors. I'll do what I can to tip the odds in their favor. There's Whitestar. Looks like it wasn't my day to die. Oh, you won, Melford. What will become of us? We have been under Imperial rule for 2 decades now. What are we supposed to do for 2 decades? What are we supposed to do now? Rebuilding can come after. Wait till the Flame Generator hears about this. Capture Fordola. I like that you're gonna live long enough to see that we got our freedom. Just to shove it in your face. Northwest. Gods, Kryl, it's good to see you. I feared the worst. Was it your fault? You saved me. All of you. Thank you. We're departing shortly for Porta Pretoria to rejoin the main host. Ehrenfeld, I would have your unit remain here with Thancred, that you might support the resistance troops in the upcoming battle. Understood. Won't let you down. I trust you will refrain from doing anything I would not. We're both far too young to die. Right. No noble sacrifices. Got it. Sigil, Kryl, let us be off then. Now we're tuned here. I'll speak for Throbbon all the way back at camp. in there, maybe? Ah, it's up there. No. I need a way up on the wall. Haha, I did it. Oh, this final area gotta make you earn them. Almost 70. When we hit 70, we're going to take some time and do the samurai quests. We'll have the 68 and 70 to do. I'd say I can't go any more southwest, can you? There's nothing over there. It's got to be in there then. Close to it. There it is. Grab you. Northwest. Up here. At least this area seems, at least here, flat, which makes it easy to get around. Oh. Fancy. Oh, man. Okay, that's cute. How do I get to you? From here. Yeah, right? You were saying about flat? Shut up! Game poking fun at me. There it is. Fall down. Next. Southwest. You're not gonna let me jump up there, are you? So I need to, again, go where I was. Keep going. Do that. Let's see if we can get there. We have a quest here. There it is. Okay. North. Quite a bit north. Oh, I am not tuned there. Funny. Forgot to attune to that one. Let's do that real quick. Ooh, long stream. That was fun. Well, to that one, I think I'll end this one here. Have a... Don't leave. Sometimes I think I'll leave too soon. And a few of you that are here. Have a fantastic holiday. Whether you celebrate Christmas or not. Happy holidays. Thanks for being here. Soon we're going to have a new year, and I have no clue what is in store for it in terms of everything, but really in terms of the YouTube channel, of me doing all of this, being a Let's Player, being a streamer. I don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty ahead, but thanks for being here, and whatever ends up happening, happy holidays, And remember to smile, remember to have a good time, and to try and stay as positive as you can even when the chips are down. I really mean that. And always remember the good that games can bring. And hopefully in that same vein that my videos bring. With fun adventures, hope, smiles, laughs, powerful emotions. And until whatever lies in the future. I'm Syndril. Happy holidays. Maybe a stream tomorrow, but I wouldn't count on it. Just because it's Christmas Eve, and I think some of my wife's one side of the family is doing something on Christmas Eve. So, like depending on when all that is, maybe a stream, maybe not. Definitely no stream Christmas. So stream Thursday for sure, where we'll continue with the story and continue with everything here. Should be a lot of fun. I'll try to have, for those of you watching the YouTube channel, I'll try to have a episode of Final Fantasy Adventure up during that point, and start to decide what I'm going to do with the channel. But we're not going to worry about that now. We're going to smile and have fun, enjoy the holiday season, and until I see you, more than likely Thursday, I'm Syndril. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.